Hello again, New York Giant fans. Uh, what can I say? Uh, this has been an embarrassing season. Um, I know you're probably sitting there wondering why I have a bag over my head. Uh, it's because the Giants are a complete joke. Um, they've turned into a laughing stock. Um, I remember back in the days when the New Orleans Saints were so bad, they were called the Aints, and the fans wore paper bags over their heads. Um, that's how I feel right now. Um, our display against the Chicago Bears was, I don't even know if there's a word for it, um, without um, without cursing and being real upset. I don't think there's a word for how we played. Mike Glennon was atrocious. Um, I know these guys are professional athletes. Um, I know they go through, trials, tribulations, just like a normal everyday person, but they're professional athletes, and I would never disrespect them, being that they're professional athletes. But Mike Lennon was horrible. He couldn't complete a pass. He was holding on to the ball too long. He was getting sacked. Uh, Saquon Barkley had a couple of nice runs, but it really wasn't enough. Chicago really didn't respect him. Um, it's just bad. It's just really bad. Dave Gettleman has to go. Joe Judge has to go. Um, we're strapped with Daniel Jones for one more year, but after that, he has to go. The Giants just need to clean house. Right now, I think this is an audition for Saquon Barkley. Um, I'm looking forward to the Giants trading him. We need the draft capital. We need to get younger. We need to get better. Um, Evan Ingram, trade him as well. Uh, John Barry, James Bradbury, excuse me, trade him as well. Let the young guys play. At least if they're losing, you have an excuse. Right now, we have these veterans playing, and Joe Judge has lost the team completely. The players aren't playing for him. He knows it. Um, Everybody knows it, but he still comes out and says he saw positives. It, oh my God, watching the Giants post game is, I mean, he's lying. There's no positive. When you have Nate Solder, the human turnstile at right tackle, and Mike Glennon at quarterback, there is no positives. Um, we have two first round picks. I'm looking forward to see what the Giants do with them. I'm looking at two offensive linemen. I don't care what anyone says. I looked at a couple of mock drafts, and they actually are starting to see um, what I've been saying is that the Giants need to take two offensive linemen, whether it's Tyler Lindenbaum, whether it's Charles Cross, whether it's Akim Quinano, whether it's Evan Neal. They have to do something with this offensive line. You can't do anything with an offensive line as putrid as this offensive line is. Um, I would like to see. Uh, I would like to see Ed Dodds as our GM, Doug Peterson as our head coach, and spread the offense out, utilize the weapons that we do have. Um, you know, utilize Kenny Galladay the proper way. Um, Utilize Darius Slayton. He'll be in his last season next year, so he'll be in a contract year. So, you know, hopefully he'll play hard. Um, they have to do something. Um, they got to get younger at running back. They have to find a running back that isn't as injury prone as Saquon is. Um, I read a report that the Buffalo Bills was interested in Saquon. If I'm the Giants, I pull the trigger on that. If I could get a third or fourth round pick for him, I'm pulling the trigger immediately. Same with Evan Ingram. Same with James Bradbury. Um, you can't. I don't think anybody will take Adoree Jackson's contract. I think we're locked into that. Uh, a team might look at him from a veteran presence, but I don't really think there'll be any takers for him. So I think we'll be stuck with that contract. But we got to get a quality backup because Mike Glennon, it's a freaking joke. So I'm going to continue to wear this bag over my head until the Giants make wholesale changes. Dave Gettleman has to go. Joe Judge has to go. And I'm going to wear this bag over my head until the Giants actually make those moves. To play a professional game and to not score a touchdown is beyond me. We kick field goals. That's all we do. That's all we do is kick field goals. It's it's atrocious. We can't score a touchdown. I was asked by a friend because I'm a University of Michigan fan, and I was asked by a friend. Michigan got blown out by Georgia, and he said, "Do you think the Giants could beat Michigan?" And I was like, "Heck no." I don't see the Giants beating Michigan. If I put the Giants up against Michigan, I think Michigan would win. If I put the Giants up against Alabama, I think Alabama would win. If I put the Giants up against the University of Georgia, I think Georgia would win. I think the Giants might have a shot against Cincinnati, but other than that, I think the top three teams in the nation, the Giants would lose. And that's how bad they are when you can say a college football team is better than them on a professional level. Um, a lot of people have talked about their salary cap issues. Um, I think the salary cap issues would be fixed if you trade Saquon, trade Evan Ingram, and trade James Bradbury. Um, Automatically, your salary cap will be fine. Um, so they're going to have to make moves. I don't know what moves they're going to make, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Uh, I, as a Giant fan, as a longtime Giant fan, I'm disgraced. Um, that's the only other way to put it. I mean, when you can't score touchdowns, it's atrocious. It's horrible. You know, we can't even score touchdowns in garbage time. I mean, it's been 3 weeks since the Giants have actually scored a touchdown. I mean, seriously, there's this. Mr. Mara, Mr. Tish, they have to see this, and they have to see um, the public being unhappy. And I know some of y'all out there have season tickets, and y'all are locked in, and paying what's that PSI and stuff like that. But We need to stop going to giant games. You know, it's simple as that. You know, these guys are billionaires. And the only way they're going to feel what's going on, the only way they're going to change what's going on is if we stop going to giant games. We can't sit here and complain about how bad the Giants are, and then on Sunday we turn around and go to giant games. That that doesn't make any sense. We need to stop going to these games. We need to stop supporting them. We need to show them as fans that this is not acceptable and they have to do better. They have to make an effort to do better. They're not even applying themselves. You know, they're putting out a nasty product and we're complaining about it, but we're eating it. You know, um, I work too hard for my money to give it to the New York Giants. It's as simple as that. I mean, you can feel what you feel, you can approach it how you want, and you can look at things how you like to look at things, but I'm not giving the Giants no more of my money. I'm not giving them another dime, period, until this changes. Until Gettleman is gone, until Joe Judge is gone, this is my face. You know, this is showing my unhappiness. And I'm not the first one to put a bag over my head. I'm not the first one to show that I'm embarrassed. Um, you know, I don't even tell people I'm a New York Giant fan. You know, that's how embarrassed I am. I'm just like, well, you know, Green Bay played good today. You know, I don't even talk about the Giants. You know, um, next week we play Washington, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same as always, as it has been. We're not going to score a touchdown. We're going to get beat up offensively. Saquon will probably have a couple of nice runs, and people will say, "Ooh, he's back." No, he isn't. He's a shell of his former self. But you know, Washington played Philadelphia tough last week. They should have won that game, and we're playing them. So, being that Philadelphia in the second half rattled off 30 points against us, um, and they played Washington last week, and Washington played them tough. I'm figuring, you know, we'll probably kick a field goal again, and we'll have 3 points for that game. You know, right now, it's just draft seeding. You know, will we pick in the draft? That's what we're playing for. And, you know, for this franchise, that's a sad thing. You know, the Giants freaking stink. And I'm just embarrassed as a fan. I hope you like my unhappy face. You know, I would have liked to put some color in it, maybe some reds and stuff like that, but you get the idea. Um, I just, I'm just waiting for April. April can't come fast enough. And, you know, it's just pitiful. It's just really, really pitiful. So, in closing, until next week, um, you know, the Giants, what can I say? You know, my wife, she's from another country. She's from Morocco. And when I talk about football, she thinks it's soccer. She doesn't know about American football. And she watched the Giant game with me when they were playing Chicago. And she was like, they suck. You know, this is coming from a person who knows nothing about American football. And she, she was like, they suck. You know, um, and that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. Like I said, we need to make wholesale changes. Um, Evan Ingram, Saquon Barkley, James Bradbury, trade them. If you could get fourth round picks for each individual, I'm on it. Um, Daniel Jones, we got to hold on to him for one more year. But after that, I would send him back in as well. Backup quarterback, we could get something in the later rounds, but we got to get a quality backup. I mean, look at what Huntley is doing in Baltimore. You know, Lamar Jackson's been sitting out, and it's like, I mean, they've lost, but they've been competitive. And that's all you can ask for with a backup quarterback. Be competitive. Don't turn the ball over. Don't make mistakes, and just play football. Um, I don't know what else to say. You know, right now the Jets are better than us, and as a Giant fan, I'm 45 years old, and I've been a Giant fan since I've been watching football. So since maybe I was 10, and I remember the Jets when they had the sack exchange and Mark Gastineau and Joe Klecko and uh, other guys like that. And right now, with Zach Wilson at quarterback, I would say the Jets have a better future than the New York Giants. And I never thought I would say that. Um, it's an embarrassing time, fans. And we have to stay strong, um, stand firm, and don't go to no more Giant games. Don't go to no more Giant games until they fix this. So I hope everybody had a happy holiday. Um, I hope everybody has a happy New Year. Uh, I don't know what else to say. You know, I guess I guess I'll be talking about next week's game and how we lost that and only scored 3 points. So, thank you very much. Have a good night and God bless.